welcome to Rave Sensation. I'm your host, Dan, and on this episode, I am going to be looking at Kirby Returns. Jack Kirby returns to Marvel, and he collects his sensational 70s stories, as it says here. So this is, of course, Jack's stuff after his major disappointment at DC, where a lot of people will say he got the wind knocked out of him when he tried to do introduce all these new concepts and new characters, and the books kept getting canceled. He had a few successes there, but they were with the more seemingly mainstream kind of stuff like Commandy and the Demon to a lesser extent. And, he returned to Marvel. It was coinciding with a time where I cared less about comics, or at least Marvel DC comics. I was spending a lot more money on records and, of course, a car and all those things that teens are interested in. And I was buying a lot less comics at the time. And when I picked up the occasional ones here, I was quite disappointed. A lot of the comics, although they had great elements, there are good things in all this. I mean, Jack Kirby, it's pretty hard for him. Even a comic where I basically say, boy, this is a stinker, it still has great elements in it. But there were things like the design of Machine Man that I thought, I just did not find that character appealing at all. There were things in the Captain America and Black Panther that felt like warmed over things that he had done before. And this, the Devil Dinosaur, I don't know what I was expecting of that. I really only ever found one copy of that on the newsstand. Now, that again might have been because I was checking the newsstand out a lot less. I didn't live near a comic shop, so that wasn't an option. I don't even know if there weren't any comic shops around me. I don't know how many comic shops there were in the U.S. at the time of these things. So I was not seeing them very often. And even this, which I thought would have been a home run, Devil Dinosaurs, Kirby and Dinosaurs, the one issue I did get left me a little lukewarm. Now, the thing is, I was looking at a website for the book outlet, it's called. And, it's reduced prices, usually a fairly big, deep discount on books, from publishers. And I didn't really know anything about this book. And I saw it in there, and I saw it was $40. I thought it was going to be one of those big omnibuses, and it's big, all right, but it's much, much bigger than the other omnibuses. Now, there's some Kirby books out there that are this huge, that are those artist ones. I've seen the cartoonist Kayfabe guys look through one of them, which looked great, but which I've never seen for less than $150. And I'll be honest with you, I just don't pay that much. The only other book I have that's this big is my wife got me the Daniel Klaus, that giant book of his artwork. That's the only other one I have this by, because this is bigger than the Toshin books even. I mean, this is huge. Here is a regular issue of a comic book. Here is one of the books that DC is putting out right now with collecting Jack Kirby's stuff that he did for them. You can see how big that is. And then here is that giant omnibus that I got. This was also from the book outlet at a good price. And you can see the size difference here is just huge. I mean, this thing is gigantic. I kind of it seems weird to have some of the Kirby stuff that I'm the least interested in be at this size. But and I haven't really read this yet. I just got it. I thought I'd show it off real quick and see if anybody else. And for once, instead of people going like, oh, and you showed this book, and a lot of times these books I've had for a long time, and so people look at them and go like, it's going for big money. Well, this is at the book outlet. I think well, I don't know if they have any copies left, but maybe I bought the last one for all I know. But was going for pretty cheap, especially considering the size of this thing. As for the reproduction inside, unfortunately, it's a very slick paper, and the art, therefore has that kind of slick look. It's a slicker look than, even this Kirby, a lot of people complain about these DC reissues and the paper, the colors, but this is a lot closer looking in my memory to what I remember in my memory, because it's not this bright white paper. It's a little off. Feels a little newsprinty. It's not really newsprint, but it's not the slick kind of paper they use in a lot of these things. And this is that kind of slick paper that makes the colors look, fairly different. As far as the stories go, like, this is the Black Panther stuff, and a lot of these things feel like Kirby could have plugged in any number of heroes. Very little of this stuff really seems to be connected to the characters. It feels like ideas he had for other things. I do like, where's that introduction panel of that character, the female character? It's pretty cool. Well, there's one of his. Man, this 2-page spread really goes out there when it's like this. Where is it? Oh, there he is. There he is when he introduces her. Yeah, the princess. Well, some of her henchmen are calling her the princess and some mistress. I don't know that I don't think mistress is a name you use for a princess. So yeah, but there we go. And there are some pages in here where it feels like Kirby was kind of coasting. Like, there'll be pages where it's explosion after explosion that probably took him no time to draw. And, I don't know how loose the pencils were at this time. Like I said, a lot of people say, oh, he was so disheartened, and, this is the first time he's kind of just putting in the motions. But there are still things like, here's some of this weird tech, fantasy tech stuff that doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't seem to be functional or any way that we can imagine. But I mean, that's part of it, is to, who can imagine what this could do? What kind of mind thought this up? But then it's got the Captain America stuff. And again, it's got a lot of fun stuff in it. It just, and I'll read through this and see where it falls for me. But at the time that this originally came out, I felt like he was kind of retreading some ground. There's the Falcon. I like this woman with this halter top or tied off shirt or whatever she's got there. That's a good red skull too. Look at those cool looking things. So let's go a little further. Like I said, I don't like the way, I think Machine Man is kind of a boring design. I'm not really crazy about this character. When it comes to wheeled vehicles, sometimes Kirby draws them a little funky. His trikes that he does. And then the long run. I didn't realize how long he had been doing Machine Man. Like I said, I wasn't really paying. And then here comes Devil Dinosaur. And I do like that Iguanodon and those sauropods and stuff. I mean, I do like the way Kirby draws dinosaurs. They're very old school, of course. Even at the time, they had kind of gone. Paleo art was a little past having them look like this, but that's okay. I don't mind. I still love to look back through my old dinosaur stuff. I still like the way they drew them. And Kirby's big kind of crude markings for this, that fits Dinosaurs for me really well. So anyway, like I said, just wanted to show this off. I haven't really had a chance to read through it. Giant ants. But I don't know if anybody else really realized this crazy thing was out here and how big it was. So looks like it's got some fun stuff in it. I think I'm going to enjoy looking through this. I kind of wish it was a smaller format, because this is one I'm going to have to sit at the kitchen table and read. Anyway, have a good one.